Okay, so today I'm going to make some of the 3D butterflies. I've used this mat in a previous video just to make the 2D butterflies, and they turn out really well and are very, very pretty. So you can also use the same mat to make 3D butterflies. And I'm going to make some pearl white butterflies. And doing the 3D ones is slightly different from doing the 2D ones. You are going to need some of the pre-mixed mixture that you can buy from Cake Lace. That's because this is a little bit stiffer, so it allows the butterflies to hold their 3D shape. So what you do is you've got your mat, but you need to get your mixture done first. So in this little bowl, I just have 1 teaspoon of the regular white powder that I've mixed up into my Cake Lace. And then I'm going to take my pearlized white, which I'm just going to open up. And because I haven't used this, you just give it a good stir, mix it all up. So as you can sort of even see from this consistency, it's a lot sort of stiffer and more elasticy rather than sort of the liquidy white stuff that you make from the powder. So I'm going to mix first. There we go. So we've got 1 teaspoon of the white, and I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of the pearl and mix that into a little bowl. And I'm going to spread this over my butterflies first. And I'm going to bake that in my 70 degrees Celsius, or I've got it at 170 Fahrenheit oven. So I'm going to do that first, and then you do the next one, and then you do one where you bake them into the 3D shape. So 1 teaspoon of the powder white, 2 teaspoons of the pearlized, and we're going to put this all onto our mat. And then, just like the other videos, you use your spreading knife to spread it into the groups. So let me do that and I will come back. Okay, so I've got my butterfly mixture put into the mold, and this is the 1 teaspoon of the dry powdered white mix and 2 teaspoons of the pearlized white. So the white powdered mix will just give it a little bit more flexibility, and the pearlized premix stuff will give it a little bit more stiffness and stability. So they work together to allow you to make the 3D butterfly shapes. So I need to pop this into my oven now for 10 minutes, and then I'll take it out and let it cool, and then we'll add our next coat. Okay, so my first round with making the 3D butterflies is finished. So I've just let it cool down so that I can touch it, and it's cool. It doesn't take very long for that to happen. So step 2 then is to apply the pearl premix straight onto the top of this one. So I'll put a daub of that in there. And it is much sort of stickier. And then again, we just spread this all over the top of these butterflies. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've got my second coat on there, which is just the straight pearlized premix, and I'm going to pop that back into my 170 Fahrenheit oven for another 10 minutes, and then we'll get the little peaks ready to set them after that. Okay, so while my second step is cooking in the oven, I'm just going to make some little peaks for the butterflies to sit on, because you're going to bake them in their little 3D shape. So I'm just going to take some foil, and I'm just going to fold it a few times. Like that. And then that just gives you a little triangle bit that you can sit on top of your baking sheet, like that. And then we'll just hang the butterflies over that and cook them again so that they hold their 3D shape. So make as many of these as you need to use up all the butterflies that you're going to make into 3D butterflies. And I will come back once my second step comes out of the oven and has had a chance to cool. Okay, so I've taken the second step out of the oven and let it cool a little bit. So this now has step 1, which is a coat of the 1 powdered white to 2 of 1 teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of the pearlized premix baked, and then we've baked just the pearlized over top. And so now, hopefully, we should be able to just peel these out like that. There we go. And then all you do is you take them and you fold them and you just set them over top of your little foil triangle that you made. So what we'll do is then bake them like that, and when they're finished, they'll hold that shape and you can attach them to cakes. So I'm going to go ahead and peel off all of my butterflies and pop them onto my little foil triangles, and then we'll pop them into the oven. Okay, so I've got all of my butterflies out of the mold and onto their little triangles, and I've used a couple of parchment ones because I ran out of foil. And I'm going to pop these into the oven now to finish baking. So it's same temperature, 170 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to leave them in there for 20 minutes this time to completely sort of dry out. But that little bit of the white powder mix that we added into the first layer will provide a little bit of flexibility still, so they shouldn't be too brittle or fragile when you go to put them onto the cake. So I'll pop those in and come back and show you when they're done and out of the oven. Right, so my butterflies were baking on their little foil perches for 20 minutes, and I've just taken them out of the oven, and the tray is still hot, but as you can see, they're nicely holding their shape. And so just to attach these, now you can just attach them to cakes or cupcakes, just set them on top, or you can use a little bit of royal icing to glue them onto your fondant, and away you go. So the little bit of white powder stuff has added that little bit of flexibility still, you can see to them, and if you sort of squeeze them, they're not too brittle under my fingers or under the pressure. So I'm now just going to pop them into a little foil tray and cover that just with another piece of foil. And then I'll just keep those at room temperature ready to use on my next cake. So that's how you use the lovely mat to make your 3D butterflies. Thanks so much for watching. If you've got any questions or comments, please post those below. If you did enjoy my video, please do give me a thumbs up. And please subscribe to see what else I'm up to. Thanks again for watching.